Hello everyone, I am Plankara, and today we're going to continue rigging Shalom from Path to Nowhere. So I'm still in the process of getting all of the meshes done. I believe I have finished everything on the head. I'm just double checking because last time I had forgotten to do the mesh group on the hair, and now I don't trust myself. The nostrils are small enough that they don't really need one. So I'm just checking to make sure that I didn't do something silly and somehow miss one. But it looks like I'm getting them all. Yeah, the pupil doesn't need one. It's too small. And the hair, I know I definitely get, and I don't feel like going through all those layers right now. Okay, yeah, it looks like we're good. So I was gonna go continue doing some more meshes. Just get all these done. I think this is actually fine here. Because it's not really gonna be deformed. Same there. Okay, but here we'll put a loose mesh on this. Actually, this might be a time to test the auto mesh again. Someday I will learn how to use this, because I'm sure that there's some things that I can do to make it better. But, that day is not today. So I'll just go do it manually, like I always do. I don't think this one needs to be especially detailed, so I'll just go through and do a basic one. Just going around the edge first. And then I'll start worrying about all the forms in the middle here. I decided to do it with lines right away. The reason? I don't know. I felt like it. It seemed like the appropriate thing to do. Sometimes my decisions aren't... Sometimes there's not much to them. Sometimes I just kind of roll with whatever seems to make sense for the time being. Yeah, you don't gotta get super hung up over every decision you make all the time. It'll work out. All good. Okay. And then I'll just get some around some of these colors, just in case I want to move them around. I'm not sure if I'm gonna want to. But you know, if I do, I'll be ready. This is probably why meshing takes so long for me, because I don't always know what I want to do, so I just kind of prepare for stuff that may not even be necessary. This is one of those things where I think experience will help. I'll have as I kind of get familiar with doing all this, I'll know more and more what's important and what is me just being a clueless perfectionist. Alright, that seems fine. And now I'm just gonna go around the outside, and I already see that there are several lines I'm gonna have to fix, so that's why I'm not worried about all these other ones that are kind of getting made here. You can see where it kind of goes across like this, instead of like this. So, I already know that I'm gonna have to fix those, so we know what's a few more. It's not really that big a deal. Okay. I'll go through and fix stuff and... Let's see. Do I want this? Yeah, I think I still want this going that way. Yeah, that looks better. So I decide... A lot of it is a little bit arbitrary, but some of it's pretty clear. Like this, I want this line to go all the way around the edge. And so these lines that are cutting in vertically are definitely bad. But for some of the ones that kind of go in the interior, I just kind of look at the direction of the lines, and I just think of which direction I want those to be going. I try to follow the various shapes going on. And that gives me some clue as to which direction all the lines should go. I think this is fine. This is just a copy, so just use the same one. And honestly, I don't think that this needs a proper mesh at all. Am I going to rotate it? I was planning on just kind of having him move up and down. A little bit of rotation might look nice, though, so maybe on the big ones. I'll put in a little bit of one to separate this back part. That might be kind of cool. So kind of have the mesh go like this. And this way I have this, like, ridge line going across here so I can make it thicker or thinner depending on how it's rotating in space. Something like that. I think that might be interesting. So we'll give it a try. We'll see what happens. But like I said, that really only applies to the big ones. The small ones are just too small for me to do anything with. That should be fine. But probably this one and... yeah, this one I think is too small. So I think I'm just going to leave its mesh a square. This one I think is probably big enough though. So that'll be like that. There's one edge. Here's the other. I'm not used to doing meshes quite like this, so maybe I should just not worry about the inside and just leave it all on the outside. Something like this, maybe? I don't know. Let's try two different styles. I'll use this one for this one, and the more detailed style over there, and I'll see how they move. Yeah, this I don't think I'm going to be able to do much with, so we'll leave that like that. Do a little one for here. Although no, that's just glowing from... yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do much there. You can see a lot of those are just too small. And I'm not going to be doing a bunch of rotation with them anyway, so... that's fine. I'll try some things. This is one where I think I can basically focus pretty much entirely on the outside. So I want to make sure I get all of the glow in there. So I'm being very careful to make sure that I don't leave any out. Let's just straighten out these triangles a little bit. There we go. Okay, so how is this gonna work? You know, maybe that's not how I want to do it. I haven't rigged stuff quite like this before, so... I just don't feel like it needs an especially detailed mesh, because it's a solid color with a glow. You should... make it symmetrical. Oh, but this thing isn't quite symmetrical, so I can't do that. Okay. Unfortunate. Well, this is where I just try things. You can see it took me a couple tries here to kind of find something that I think is working, but I think this is working. Well, I'll give something like this a try. We'll see how it works out. Excuse me, my backyard is at it again. Doing its thing and making me sneeze. It's okay, as I always say, someday winter will come again, and I'll get my revenge on all the trees and flowers. Because they will be dead and I will not be. No. No, that was not what I wanted to do. There we go. I'll just clean this up a little. Let's see. Oh, do I have an extra vertex somewhere or something? Maybe this is extra? No, I'm just confusing myself. Yeah, hold on. I need to... Because it looks like I missed some. And that's where it's getting confused. Let's organize these triangles a little bit. This way I can kind of see what I'm trying to do here. We have that. Don't really want this to connect to here. Which might mean I need another one, because it looks like... Yeah, this is supposed to go across here, which means I need to make the triangle like this. Okay, so no, this is right. I was just confusing myself for a second there. Meshes are tricky business. At least if you want to do it right. Something like that work. No, I don't think I should be doing it like this. Let me see. I think I should have dots on either side here. That probably makes more sense, whatever I was trying to do there. Let's try that again. Unfortunately, it's just hard to see with how the auto-triangulate is trying to make the mesh. Maybe it's a sign I shouldn't be using the auto-triangulate for this one, and I should just do it myself. That's a bit scary. Okay. Does that work? I worry about this right here. But I think it might be okay. Let's try it. If it doesn't move the way I like it, I will redo it, and that's not a big deal. Now this, though, I'd been thinking long and hard about how I wanted to take care of these meshes. And I think for the most part, I can get away with making it a big triangle. It goes all the way around it, with a single point in the middle. So I think that'll let me deform things how I want. I don't think I need it to be any more detailed than that. So this is another experiment. I'm not used to working with geometric shapes like this. Mostly I've only, you know, rigged people. So I don't know what to expect here, but hopefully it works out. Do it for this part too. At the very least, it's a nice break from all the very detailed meshes that I've been having to make the past couple of days. So. This one, I'm almost certain that's exactly what I can do, because, like, this is invisible. I just need it to be able to make the shape I want. I think this should let me do what I want. Triangles in perspective. Okay. Well, let's do the bottom. I'm gonna do this kind of structure again. Still not sure if the other one worked. I haven't gotten to test it or anything, but the idea seems solid, so let's give it a try. Now it's just upside down. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Like, man, it makes all these useless triangles so often, but I have to push this far just to get it to connect there. I guess that's fine. I'll just push it back over here a little bit. After I bake the lines. I was just a little surprised. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Like, man, I wish everything could be as easy as solid geometric shapes like this. Assuming this works the way I expect it to. Because, man, it's like I'm gonna get this whole thing done in, like, 20 minutes. All those layers. I know half of them are copies, but still. Kind of a nice feeling. Oh, why isn't it connecting? I guess I can put another one here. I think it'll have a similar effect. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure to get the whole thing in here. And then I think I do want one for the inner triangle too. This might just be one I have to connect myself. Can't just turn off the auto-triangulate, unfortunately, but... I can pretty easily get rid of any lines I don't want. Okay, now I just have to figure out how they should be connected from here. Some of these are quadrilaterals, not triangles, and they need to be triangles, otherwise it doesn't work. So how exactly does that work? Can I get away with just this? That doesn't seem likely. But I'm not sure what else to do, so I'll try that, and if it doesn't work out, I'll make a new one. And for this one, I can kind of see that there's a spot that's acting as the edge right now, so I'll put it there instead of in the center. Alright, and that's that entire area done. Figured it'd be fast, but that was faster than even I expected. Okay, so I'd already done the neck. Yeah, let's do the chest now. This doesn't need an especially detailed mesh, so I'm gonna keep it simple. Let's go around the outside and a little bit to respect the gradient here. This part is symmetrical, so I can use the symmetrical mesh to kind of help me out. Make my life a little bit easier. And then, like I said, just a little bit in the middle to help with the gradient. Nothing too serious, though. There you go, that should be fine. Let me just get rid of that extra line on top there, because that will bother me later. But I think everything else looks fine. This, I don't think needs a mesh. Oh boy, am I ready for the coat? No, but we're gonna do the coat. That's just how it is sometimes. Okay, so this, I want to be able to flop around in the wind. So, it's gonna be all physicsy. So it needs to be detailed and fine. The more you want something to move, the more dots should be in your mesh. Don't want to go too overboard because then it becomes a complete pain to work with, but generally, more is better. Generally with the caveat that you gotta be careful not to overdo it. Because then you'll just make your life hard. Alright, so I'm just starting with going around the outer edge. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I start from the middle. It all depends on my mood. Right now, I'm in an outer edge mood, so I'm just gonna do that. On the upside, the vast majority of the code is symmetrical, so once I mesh one side, I'll be able to just copy it over to the other. That'll be nice. And then once I finish the outer edge here, I'm going to want to go in and really follow the shadows on this. I need to be very particular in how I outline them. So this way they will move the way I expect. So there's like this kind of rim going around here, like a seam in the coat here, that I want to make sure that I keep. I'm going to put a little set of vertices going on there. And having this kind of structure should help stop that line from getting too distorted and ugly when it comes time to move it around. And even though there's a spot where it kinda fades for a second there, I see it continues. So I'm gonna keep doing this structure. All the way down, I think. Yeah, as you see it stops for a second again, but then it shows up again. So I want to make sure that I can keep it pretty all the way down. There we go. And then I see it goes across the top too, so I'll do a similar thing across the top. And even though it disappears for a second here, it comes right back, so we'll just keep going all the way across. And I think the structure I have here around the highlight should be just fine. I'm going to push this a little bit closer to the edge here. Because with that, I should be able to get another vertice line going down here to help define the edge of this black shadow area. And that should help keep it clean. As I distort everything and move it around. There we go. So it's like at this point I could start doing the triangles that are going around the outer edge if I wanted. But right now I feel like doing the ones inside, so I'm doing that. No particular reason for doing it this order versus any other order. I just feel like it. It's what I want to do, so that's what I'm gonna do. So you can see the triangles are getting a little bit bigger here than they were like on this other side here. Because right now I'm just focusing on this little shadow area through here. So I'm just gonna keep following that line. And it goes... I'll let it go across this way. I'll do another set for kind of the differences down here. Okay. And since I was only concerned with that shadow area, now that it's done, even though I didn't technically reach the bottom tip, it's time to go to the next one. Which is going to be this little kind of highlight. This little highlight ends right here, so that's where these triangles will end. These ones aren't going to go all the way down. I guess I'll start with this inner part first. This way I can keep the triangles looking nice. So you can see I've been trying to pay attention to the shape of the triangles as I go all the way down. There we go. Some of these are not going the direction I want on the auto triangulate, so I'll have to fix those, but I can do that. And so the next big structure I see is the shadow right here. So I'll go ahead and put some lines around that as well. And you can see this one goes a bit further down. So it kind of gets big right through here, so I'm not quite sure how I want to handle that yet. So I'm going to go do the other side of what I do know for now. See if that kind of informs the decision any. So there's two ways I could go about it here. Like, the shadow clearly extends out this way, but then there's also this particularly dark spot right through here. So I think this line is going to go around that dark spot. And then I'll make another set to handle the rest. So if he's going around the dark spot, then I think it does something like this. And then we have this light structure right through here. And that I think will also help me decide how I want to handle the dark spot. But I think... how do I want to approach this? Do I want this to be the edge of that, or do I want another row like right here? Let's see, there is a little shadow spot right here that I think I'm going to want to go around. So I think it just makes sense for this set to continue upwards and just be very small. Something like that. And then I'll get the outside of it like this. I think I messed up a triangle somewhere in there. Let me straighten out what's here. That'll help me find my mistake. Okay, this all seems fine so far. Yeah. I feel like there should be another one over here. That'll have to do. And then I can get some more around this little shape here. You can see I'm very much just following what's already there. And I think this is helping me figure out what the rest through here should look like. Just something like that should be fine, I think. There we go. There we go, something like that. And then there's just a couple more little shadow structures in here that I want to outline. And then I think I'll be good. Let's see, there's a little one right over there. Alright, now I think I just have to go around the edge. Sometimes I just kind of have to decide, especially when I'm going around corners like that, exactly how they should be lined up here, because sometimes I kind of lined up an extra vertex like I was considering it here. But I don't think it's necessary. I think this is okay, but here I might actually want the extra vertex. It was getting a little bit steep. So I decide... gut. Could not really explain it right now. Maybe as I learn more about doing this sort of thing, I'll be able to explain it better, and I'll have actual reasons for why I do a lot of things. But I'm still learning. I'm still figuring it all out. So I haven't gotten there yet. And then I'm just taking a little bit of time to try to keep the triangle straight. Like, I can't always tell because, especially when it does stuff like this. But when I can, it'll probably save me a little bit of work later, so just trying to keep these triangles looking nice. Everything underneath them will move better if I do that. Alright, and with that, we're all the way around, and so all that's left is to fix all the lines. And clean up some of the extra ones that get generated. Probably don't need to do that, but they'd bother me if I didn't, so it's fine. I'll just go ahead and do it. It's a bit annoying, but it doesn't take that long. And then they won't annoy me later, which is always a plus. It is kind of interesting to see some of the patterns that the lines make, though. I think they can look kind of interesting. There we go. Just the way they kind of get tangled up like that. Okay, so I think that's good for the edge there, so I know that there was... Oop, I missed one. Missed a couple, actually. Okay, I need to go back and check this. I was gonna say that I thought we were good there, and that I just needed to worry about the inside, but... not the case. Okay. Well, I do remember there being a few in the down the middle here, where things didn't line up quite the way I wanted them to, so... Go ahead and fix that now. It can be a little bit tricky to follow me of 5 minutes ago's logic. You'd think it'd be easier, but it's amazing how easy it is to forget stuff when you're just in the middle of trying to figure out where everything else should go. There's a lot of decisions being made, so I can't remember every single one of them. It's very unfortunate. I do try to get it all right now, but the good news is that even if I don't, because I can go and fix it later, I can just wait to see if something, starts to look bad. And if it does, notice the problem then. And of course, if it never looks bad, then that means it wasn't really a problem, was it? So far, let me see. This is, yeah, that should be going that way, I think. Hard to say here, but I think that's right. This is just an extra vertex, so I think this is actually okay. Alright, I'll start with that. Start with that, and if there's problems later, I'll fix it then. At least we get a nice easy one now. Just standard 2 rows. Don't even have to think that hard about it. Just click off to one side, then click off to the other side, and we're good. Well, there is to it, and because this might end up moving quite a bit, because I know that the piece that this is like the zipper part is attached to, the collar there is going to be flopping around a bit. I want to make sure that I'm ready to let this flop around a bit if I need it to. Not 100% sure if it's going to go flopping about that far, but it's honestly not that much extra work to make the mesh a little bit finer here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I think that's probably fine. Now these I don't expect to be moving very much. Oh yeah, and you can see, okay. I need to fix that. The draw order here is wrong. Let's see, that's the inner part. Where's the outer part? Oh, that's just the shadow. Oh, where is it? Coat color, top, bottom. Yeah, these are all straps. Oh, do I not have it in this group? That would explain it. Where is it then? That's right, there's no search. That's over there. I didn't accidentally put it over there, did I? Top. Okay, I'll revisit that in a second, I guess. Oh boy. That's just gonna be all that. Let's collapse the left side. But it doesn't look like there's anything outside of here. Yeah, looks like everything in there is good. And it does look like it's got the shadow in there. So then we have the straps. This is just the top. This is just the shadow. Well, I kind of want to find that before I start doing too much more. Where'd it go? It's hiding. Okay, so nothing out of the ordinary there. Yep. Okay. Yes, I can see that it's not properly inside this group like it should be, because I can still see it. Not the sleeve. Okay, there it is. There we go. Now I just need to fix the row order, because that flap should definitely be on top of the sleeve. Turn everything else back on. I had to hunt for it. Okay. So this needs to be a bit higher than that it is. 270. Let's see, where's this one? 252. So that's 252. This is the number that determines where the order that thing should be drawn in. So I'm putting it at 253, which is one underneath the 252 that this inner part is. So there we go. Crisis averted. But now this is bothering me, so I'm gonna go ahead and clip this to the coat properly. Is that you? No. This part? Yes. There we go. That was bothering me, so let's just go ahead and fix it real quick. No problem. Alright, so this isn't gonna need much mesh. This is... even this, honestly, might be excessive. But it's fine. It doesn't take that long to do a basic 3. Then I'm not sure if those two belt areas on the collar here are identical, so I'll just mesh them separately. Or, well, you know, I can check real quick. Checking costs nothing. It doesn't take that long. I don't expect these to be moving very much. So I'm not making the mesh like super granular, but it's still... I'm not making it too small either. I'm actually gonna put a few in the middle. Help me with the shadow later, if it ends up being necessary. But I get the feeling that a lot of these are just gonna be moved around via transforms. When I say via transforms, I just mean basic translation, which is, you know, moving it left, right, up, down. Or scaling, which is making it big or small. Or rotations. Which would be, well, exactly what it sounds like. Rotating it. So those don't require you to deform anything in Inochi2D. So they tend to be a bit easier to manage. That's nice to be able to use those when you can swing it. Something like that. Alright, so let's see if I can copy. Nope. Not for this one, at least. I'll still try each of them. It's, like, immediately obvious if I can't, so... It doesn't really cost me anything to try. This one's actually pretty close. It's not exactly the same. But I think I can keep a lot of this. Let me just back this up a little. It's probably a little faster than double-clicking and going through all that. I'll just add another vertex here. Save a little bit of time and effort where I can. Alright. And these buttons don't even look the same visually, so I'm just gonna go ahead and mesh this separately. There we go. All these tiny little pieces you gotta go through. There we go. That should be fine. So this one, I want to have a fairly stable base, and I'm going to make the end very fine, so this way it can flop about in ways that make me happy. Because, I mean, when I look at this, I'm just like, oh, that looks flippy. We're gonna make it flippy. Because physics are just a great joy. Does make this part take a bit longer, though. Something like this should be okay. Looks like I might want one more, like, right there. Let's kind of straighten out the triangles a bit here. There we go. That should be pretty good. Let me just get rid of some of these extra ones around here, the ones that will inevitably annoy me. There we go. Unfortunately, only about half of this is able to be copied to the other side. Because I know that I had to change the flap, the part on the lower collar that on one side in order to get certain things to work, so it's not perfectly symmetrical. The sleeve at least is perfectly symmetrical, so I will be able to save myself there. Which is good, because the sleeve is way more annoying than the collar. Alright, and there we go. I don't think I'm gonna worry about copying everything over until I just have the entirety of this side meshed out, though. I could do it piece by piece, but I don't wanna. This part of it probably won't be quite as flippy, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to... You know, I've never really researched how coat collars like this flop around in the wind and stuff. I might take some time to look at some GIFs or YouTube videos for inspiration. That's kind of the interesting thing about rigging versus drawing. In drawing, you can kind of make up whatever you want about how something moves, and just do whatever looks prettiest or coolest, or whatever you happen to want to do. Whereas with rigging, you actually do kind of have to pay attention to how everything moves, and if you make it move wrong, it'll look weird, and all that sort of thing. A lot of animation is just very tiny details that add up. A lot of it is just so vague and are so specific that you probably don't even notice when it's there, but you'd notice what if it's not there, if that makes sense. Like, if I turn my head really sharply, my head actually bounces back a little bit in my model. And that's because most people's heads, you know, don't stop on a dime. They go a little bit further and then bounce back a little bit. And that's kind of what that replicates. So a lot of the stuff when it comes time to add physics especially is just trying things and being perpetually unsatisfied with everything you do. So that this way you can make it look just a little bit better. Lately, when I watch stuff, I've been staring at how people move and just the tiny little details and all that stuff. It's really hard to take it all in. Because your brain kind of filters it out as unimportant information. It's like, no, brain, it's very important. What are you talking about? This is why I don't listen to you anymore. Like, sometimes you got good ideas, but sometimes you don't know what you're talking about. Brains are funny in that way. Alright, this is another area that's going to flop around a lot, so that requires a fine mesh. Probably about that distance is fine. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So I'll do this all the way around. Again. And then I'll worry about the interior. It's gonna take a little bit. That's just how it is. Because, oh boy, is this area kind of big. And when you need to make a big area detailed, it's like, that's a ton of tiny little dots. Oh no. I've been thinking about expressiveness and how to convey emotions and stuff in art lately. Like I said in a previous stream a while back, that the biggest thing that I'm working on is just expressiveness in my posing and expressions in my art lately. And thinking about how things move for rigging purposes actually helps a lot there. Because now I'm not just seeing the illustration as a static image. I can also kind of feel how they move in it, and I think that helps make the pose a bit more expressive too. So even if you only have mild interest in rigging, I think it's worth trying at least once if you're an artist. Just to get a feel for how different things get when it has to move, and how to really think about, I don't know, three-dimensional effects and that kind of thing. Because when you're rigging like this, that's like all you have. And the movement just changes so much. It's been very interesting to work with. I like it a lot. Just always picking out something new, and every time you pick out something new, it can be applied to a lot of the other stuff you do. And the good news is that Inochi2D is free, so you can just try it out and see if you like it. It's not like Live2D where you kind of have to invest a ton of money just to try. I have a free trial, but, you know, and the free version is just so limited. It's like Inochi2D lists itself as having a free trial, but the free trial has all the same features as the main version. The only difference is that when you boot it up, there's just going to be a screen that says, "Hi, thank you for trying Inochi2D. Consider buying it," for 10 seconds before you can close it. And that's it. Everything else is exactly the same, and you can use the quote-unquote free trial version for as long as you want, so not a big deal at all. The joy of open source software. Alright, looks like I'm almost all the way around. That took a little while, but it's alright, I made it. Just a lot of little dots. This time I think I'll go around the outside first. See, like I said, a lot of these decisions are entirely arbitrary. So if you're not sure, just pick something. If it's wrong, you'll probably start feeling a bit of a pain point from why it's wrong, but if it doesn't matter, you're not going to notice either way. So it's fine. And now I have to go all the way around again, and with all these little dots, that too will take a little while. Unfortunately, the interior on this one looks pretty easy. Easy, but easy in a way that is going to make me go all the way around again. Just for all these seams on the top there. I remember drawing those. Good times. Man, the colors here are really similar, so it's a bit hard to see. I think this is right. Because yeah, you can see it's just very slight color difference here. For a second there I thought I was crazy and maybe the seam was the edge, but no, I have it right. There's a lighter gray part out there. Okay, there we go. Now we're back into black, so I should be able to see a little bit better. Okay, yeah. Now I can see much better. Didn't make this part quite as fine. I probably should have. But I don't feel like redoing it, so I guess this is probably okay. We'll see if things get annoying when I start trying to do physics. At the bottom here, it's not going to move as much, so this legitimately should be okay. I try not to get lazy, but sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I just want to get things done. Alright, about halfway there. My brain is starting to go a little bit numb, as tends to happen when I do stuff like this. Okay, here we are. Yeah. There we go. Got a little confused for a second there. I blame the numbing brain. Or stops seeing shapes anymore and just sees the endless abyss of dots. I see nothing but dot and yellow. I know not what I am connecting, only that I am. And then my brain has to kind of step in every so often and be like, whoa, wait, that didn't look quite right, what's wrong? See, brain, I do love you. I make fun of you sometimes, but no, you do good stuff. man. And this is definitely going to be the hardest part, because the interior of this one is pretty straightforward. I am probably just going to have to go all the way around it, like, twice. Which is perhaps a bit unfortunate, but I can do it. I got this. Oh boy, now we're getting into very similar color territory again. Okay. Yeah. And this looks like it has it all. There we go. Try to keep these triangles straight. Doing that is at least making the entire thing a little bit less monotonous. Okay, there we go. All the way around. Let's do it again. Just one more time. Well, no, definitely more than one more time, but I'm gonna tell my brain that for now. Don't tell it I'm lying. Just keep that a secret. And we'll just go around it again, and that should help keep this part looking good once everything starts moving around. Hand is starting to cramp up a little bit, but that's okay. Just stretch it for a second. Give me just a moment. There we go. That should help a little. Never thought that just double-clicking and dragging around some dots could make my hand cramp up quite like that. Bodies are weird. Alright, now I'm going to prepare for this seam. So I'll have a set of triangles going down here, this side of it, and then another one going down the side on the other side. That's why I said I was pretty sure I was going to have to go like all the way around, or pretty close. I might only need to go halfway around. It looks like I'm going to have to fix a lot of lines, but that's okay. What else is new? Okay, and I guess this actually kind of merges into this, and I think this is okay. I think it can merge into that just fine. And then I want it to come back out as it gets a little further along here. Yeah, I'm gonna have so many line corrections to do. And it looks like it merges back together again, and that seems fine. Okay, cool. And then going around here. Get around this light spot here. I don't think I need another row. I think I can just do it like this. Just have the triangles here be a little bit bigger. Do something like this. And it'll just go all the way down. Yeah, and you can see it's kind of tapering off here. So I'll taper off my lines too. Okay, there we go. Now I can worry about this light spot from the top side. me see, how is this working? Because I'm going to cross like this, so yeah, I think we're good. I think it should just do this. This might be just a little bit too big for me to... Yeah, I probably do want another layer on the inside here. So let's go ahead and make that. I'll do that before going around the outside. This way I can follow the triangles in here a little bit more easily. Although no, this is... Okay. I'm gonna have to do shenanigan over here first, I think. Before I do that, I want to get this line all happy and in place. And looking at the time, I think this is probably going to be the last big thing I mesh for today. I think I can finish off the collar because the last thing I have on the collar group to mesh is the cast shadow from this layer that I'm meshing right now. And that is small and easy and not very detailed. Oh god. I'm not going to be able to follow any of these triangles. Okay, I just have to believe in my brain. You got this. You're going to be able to follow this mess, right? Because yeah, this mesh is just a bit big. And it's making me a bit sleepy. I can already tell that I'm going to be in line fixing hell for a little while. So hopefully I even have time to go do that shadow layer. It'd be nice just to get the entirety of the collar done. Okay. So now I can pay attention to the triangles here. Make sure they're fairly straight while they go across. I think I want one kind of doing this kind of thing right over here. There we go. That should be fine. I just want to be able to move that little shadow area that was over in the corner a little bit. There we go. Try to straighten this up a little bit, though. So every time I try, triangulator pulls a shenanigan on me. There we go. You can see I'm trying to go back and forth, as opposed to occasionally there will just be this kind of structure where it doesn't go back and forth. Sometimes that's just the sign of an extra dot, but sometimes there's more to it. There we go. These triangles are a little bit big, so I had to think about where they were going for a second there. But it looks like it's all cooperating with me now. So that's nice. And then I just pray that this all works out for me at the end. I'm a little bit scared, if I'm being honest. That should be fine. Alright, now we just go down the other side. This side should at least be a little bit easier on me. Since most of what's here is already decided and I don't have whatever this mess is to worry about. Just gotta straighten out the triangles here a little bit. There we go. That'll look a bit nicer. I can just head on down. Without a care in the world. Some of these areas have a bigger kind of gradation haze, for lack of a better term. So some of these triangles are a little bit bigger than others, but some of them are pretty small. See, the ones over here are being a bit smaller. And then it looks like it mostly stops through here, but I'm gonna keep going a little while longer. Worry about kind of tapering it off in just a little bit. Yeah, I don't feel like dealing with that mess, so that looks like a good spot to stop it. And with that, it looks like I've gone all the way around, so let me just add a few more little dots there to kind of make the black part look a little bit more manageable and easy to understand. Okay. Alright, now, just gotta fix it up. I am terrified. Let's go. I am terrified, so the only thing I can do is jump in head first and hope for the best. So I'm sure it'll be fine. Little effort never killed anyone. I have no idea what's going on here. Okay, well, I fixed it, so I guess I figured it out. Man, what a mess. Really not looking forward to fixing up all the stuff over there. So I'm gonna do something easy and just get rid of all these extraneous lines that I don't need. 'Cause that's easy. I just look at him and I'm like, I don't have any triangles outside here. What are you doing there, lines? You don't need to be there. Go take a nap. And I send them on their way. But that scares me. This, what I'm doing here, this scares me. I can already tell just by looking at it that there's going to be a lot of that, so... Well, here goes nothing, I guess. Soon. Here goes nothing in maybe a few minutes. After I fix up all this stuff. After I fix up all the easy stuff. It'll be fine. I don't have to do it right now. It'll be there for me in 5 minutes. It's cool. Alright, what's going on here? I think it's just like this, yeah. Oh, I see. This one's connected up here too. Okay. It'd be a little bit hard to tell where those extra lines go sometimes. Okay, there we go. That one was being cheeky on me. Okay, so now I have to solve all of this stuff. Where nothing was going the way I wanted it to. Oh, no, not that's necessary. Okay. Everything was just turning into a big ol' mess. Okay, what's going on here? What is going on here? Oh gosh. See, this is why I was scared. Okay, I'm gonna go at it from the other direction. Because I know I have a lot to fix down here too. It's like I know I had to do a bunch of guesswork on how a lot of that was gonna look, but ooh boy. Hopefully I can figure out what the heck I was thinking about. It's alright, we'll approach it from a different angle and see what I can piece together. And I understand my own motives. Okay, so I think this was supposed to be like this, because they got kind of close together around here. And I do remember that. Straighten out the triangles a little bit. Which means, yeah, this is probably like this. And this. This is definitely like that. Okay, so now these triangles make a little bit more sense. And I can straighten them out. This probably goes like this. Make them look a little bit nicer here. Yeah, and I guess this one just stops there. That's fine, it can stop there. See, I missed a couple of lines here. I thought it could hide from me, but it was wrong. I still found it despite its best efforts. Okay. Right now the triangles while we're here, that'll also kind of help me figure out how the mesh is structured here. But it looks like I'm getting it all. Oh boy, what is this? Okay, this is something that I guess is like that? No, I don't think so. Do I have an extra line here? Extra vertex? No, this looks okay. Yeah, this is fine. And then this, I think it's supposed to connect here. This looks better. This is supposed to connect over there. Okay, yeah, it's starting to come together now. Just had to start it from the other direction in order to make sense of it all. Okay. How's that one supposed to look? I'm not quite sure, so I'm gonna keep going around here and see if that helps any. It looks like we've gone all the way around now. Okay. this go across here? It might. Let's try it. See what happens. Yeah, that looks a bit nicer. I think I'm slowly but surely understanding where all these triangles were supposed to go. As I continue to straighten them out. Okay. I think this is actually supposed to be like this. Just means I have an extra vertex here. I think. And then, yeah, this just does that. Yes, that is perfect. Okay, I'm not surprised that I put an extra one in all that mess somewhere. But it looks like I got it all. This is extra. Okay. I have sorted through that knot. And now I think it looks pretty okay. Now let me make sure that all of these ones were cooperating with me. It looks like they were. Yeah. Either that or I already fixed it. I don't know. Like, man, I don't know what me 5 minutes ago was doing anymore. I've already forgotten. Okay. I think we're good. So yes, I will go ahead and do the shadow real quick, and that is where I will end. Fortunately, this one is going to be pretty easy. It's a bit big, and I do have to be fairly detailed about it since it's a cast shadow from something that's probably going to move around a lot, but that's okay. It's straightforward. I've got one line to worry about right there. And then maybe a couple of gradients to think about. But otherwise, this is easy. Yeah, nice and straightforward here. Just gonna make sure to put some vertices on either side of that line there. While I go around the edge here. You can see they're on either side here. Didn't mean to delete that one. And then I can just keep going all the way around. Just like that. No problem. And then, yeah. Fortunately, it looks like I'm only gonna have to go around the outside once. There aren't a bunch of random seams and shenanigans like there were on the last one. This one's just a nice, straightforward one to end on, and then I can at least say I got the coat collar done, and feel good about myself for the rest of the day. Gotta negotiate with your brain sometimes. Be like, look, I know it's a little bit of extra work, but it's the last one. Oh, it's the last one. If you do this one, then you're done. And that makes my brain happy. So let's keep going for just a little while longer. This is also how I get around not wanting to work on a particular project. It's like I like to finish stuff before I get too deep in other projects. But sometimes I do have more than one going on at the same time. And I say, okay, work on whichever one you have designated as your main project for X period or until you finish X thing. And then you can work on the other one as much as you want, guilt-free. Won't that feel great? It's like, heck yeah. Your brain will negotiate with you if you get good at it. So I'm gonna treat this little spot in the middle, this little seam in the middle here, like a standard 2 row mesh, and merge that with the rest of it. Just like this. Okay, so I think something like that works just fine for this. And then I just gotta clean it up a little. But at the very least, it's all easy cleanup. It doesn't look like anything around here freaked out. Started going the wrong direction. So I'll have an easy time right at the end here. Yeah, looks like all the triangles are pretty okay. Probably good enough for what this little area is. Oh, there we go. I think so. Alright, now I have finished the coat collar. Which means tomorrow I can start off with coat sleeve hell! While I internally scream at just all of that. It's alright, I got this. I can do it. But that will be for tomorrow. So thank you all for coming. If you'd like me to take a look at your own creative projects, whether that be art, writing, coding, game design, any creative pursuit you can think of, feel free to message or at me at Twitter and Instagram and I'll take a look and maybe leave some comments. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.